So we had a game plan into the game. Like I said, Omar would have put that into place yesterday. Would have put it over to place the last couple of days, because we only had the 2 days to prepare. Because obviously we had Watford on Tuesday, so it was a real short turnaround for us. But we did our preparation, and we had a game plan going into it. I thought the story of the game was it was pretty cagey at the start. First 20, we probably gave them a little bit too much time on the ball. And we adjusted a few tweaks to our defensive shape that allowed us to get a little bit more pressure onto them. And as that happened, as we went into the half time in the last sort of 15 minutes, I just felt there was a little bit of momentum growing in our favour. We showed the boys at half time some different tweaks. The manager went through it on the screen, and you could just sense it in the dressing room. There was a real sort of momentum there, and a real sort of belief going into the second half. Obviously, knowing that they just going to keep building on what they'd done up to the games to that point. And again, a little bit like the previous 5-6 games, if you show that sort of fight and that sort of togetherness and difficult to play against, then we've got plenty of quality in the dressing room. Then to go and win the games, and that's exactly what Callum Robinson did in those moments. Unbelievable sort of touches to finish, which we see Callum doing every day in training. So we know he's got that quality. And obviously, when the first goal went in, it wasn't that we just sat back. It was we sort of continued to step on, get pressure on them, and then that we get our next few goals. And I'm really pleased for Dimmy to get that goal from a corner, because I was having a little bit of a joke with him in there. We've been waiting for that because we know how dangerous he is from set pieces. And Theo sat next to him and said, yeah, he's like a striker. Once that first one goes in, you'll start seeing more go in now. So fingers crossed that is the case.
Very, very disappointed that we start the game fine, and then performances just evaporate, fall off the edge of a cliff, and that's really upsetting, really worrying.
What do you think happened to the occasion? Do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, look, we have been a group that have failed to perform at a consistent level, but today the stark change in our performances from probably half an hour in. I think we started to lose a grip of the game and give away a lot of set pieces, free kicks and corners, and then then we suffered so badly. So many players suffered so badly and got worse and worse as the game went on. So yeah, I imagine is a lot to do with the atmosphere, and I think the opposition could feel that and done a brilliant job to heap pressure on us when they felt us weak.
That's the best game I've had for Cardiff. The most enjoyable. It's one I'll remember for a long time. Like you said, I've been here a long time now around the first team, and I've been waiting to beat Swansea. That's the first time I've done it. So yeah, the feeling I've had in that, you can't describe it.
Definitely my best game since I've been at obviously Cardiff. To obviously beat them 3-0 like that at home, in front of our supporters, and then to get 2 goals is what a day, man, what a day.
I'd like to think that it's not just been this game. It's been the last 6. We're unbeaten in 6 now, so we've got 3 wins, 3 draws, and that's excellent form in the Championship. I think everyone's aware of that, and what we've been seeing over that since that Watford game is we're hard to play against, we're hard to beat, and we're in it together, the whole squad. There's a real sort of game plan to that. There's a real sort of structure behind it. There's a lot of the work that goes on the training ground to make sure that happens, and then for the players to apply it on the pitch with that sort of aggression, that fight. And then there's plenty of quality in that dressing room then to go and put the icing on the cake, I suppose, when we're hard to play against, to go and finish teams off and score the goals like you saw from Callum Robinson and Dimmy today, and obviously and Yusuf coming in is a great addition as well.
It looked that way because they got the upper hand on us, and we just weren't able to cope with that. But no, I mean the players know what the fixture's about, and everybody's up for the game and everyone is well prepared. But we lost the grip. We lost the grip on the game, and we never were able to get a foothold again.
Yeah, I think when you score, you have to be even more switched on. We was reminding the midfielders and strikers that make sure we're solid, and luckily we was comfortable in the end. Robbo got the second goal early after the first one, and then the third one went in, and it felt a bit more enjoyable. Then we could relax a little bit.
I just obviously around the box, I tried to get a shot off. I was disappointed in my first half. Had a chance. Al Robbo laid one to me, and I tried to place it instead of just getting a powerful shot off. So I was a little bit disappointed. But yeah, listen, as a striker, you gotta move on, and I take it. I just thought try to get it back across. Obviously, it was on the volley, and then the second one, just the loose pass and jumped onto it, and I sort of knew my angles. Around the box, I know my angles, and I was I knew I was going to score once I went through. So yeah,
he's our talisman at the minute, and he's really we see it in training every day. His finishing is top draw. Whether they're sort of tight sort of touches and finishes, or whether it's first time, he's got everything in the locker. So he's a huge player for us. Now obviously we've got players like Isaac coming back. You've got Yusuf who's just been signed. You've got Keon Atete. Keon and Isaac have been injured obviously all season. So hopefully by the end of the month you'll start seeing them coming back. So real healthy competition for places at the top, which will help Callum to sort of keep his freshness and be able to produce what he's been producing.
Yeah, I mean, for half an hour, no problem at all, and then we start to be under pressure because, like I said, we started to be sloppy. Then we weren't aggressive enough when the ball was up for grabs in second ball football. We weren't aggressive enough, and then it looked like people started to not feel so confident with the ball. And so at half time I said, if you want to get back into this game, you need to sharpen your focus. You have to concentrate. You have to be more aggressive when the ball is up for grabs. You have to be more careful with the ball to not lose it so cheaply. You have to be more decisive when you try to make an action to beat your opponent or to go to the 18-yard box. But we didn't do any of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought they were great from the first minute. It's the best I've seen them, like I said, since I've been here. So loud from minute one, even when it was 0-0, and when we got the goals. Then just hearing them in the canter and just made everything so much easier. I'm
happy to get obviously to double figures and quite early in the season. But listen, I want to keep pushing now, keep getting more goals, and but sometimes obviously you can have all them stats, but we're still down there. Let's not beat around the bush. We still need to pick up more points, and when you're scoring and you're winning and we're up there, that's definitely more enjoyable. So yeah, the goals, listen, if I can always help the team, I've always said that since I've signed here, goals and assists, but yeah, listen, if we can keep getting wins with that, then you have days like today.
I might have a beer to enjoy it, maybe one. But yeah, look, we're back in work tomorrow morning, so we've got to start prepping for the Millwall game tomorrow. So we can enjoy it. But yeah, we're on to the next game, and hopefully this momentum of the 6 games and the game today, which is huge, can give a lot of sort of belief and confidence to the squad moving forward into these next batch of games.